Have you ever found yourself immersed in an activity where time seemed to slip away? You weren't checking your watch, counting down the minutes, or willing yourself through the task. Instead, you were completely absorbed, a whirlwind of focus and energy. Every action flows effortlessly from one to the next. That feeling is called flow. But what exactly is this flow, and why does it hold such mystique in the realms of spirituality? The concept of flow is being in tune with the rhythm of the universe, where everything falls into place seamlessly, and you become one with the moment. For millennia, humans have chased the elusive state of flow. It's the artist painting until dawn, oblivious to hunger pangs, the athlete soaring through a competition, the writer losing themselves in a world of words. Is flow merely a state of mind, or does it encompass something much deeper, something that resonates with the very core of our being? To understand the secret spiritual meaning of flow, we must embark on a journey beyond the surface of everyday existence. There's more to this elusive state than meets the eye. Beyond its surface allure lies a profound spiritual significance that few ever truly grasp. Just as a dancer moves gracefully across the stage, guided by the music within, so too does the soul glide through the symphony of existence in the state of flow, guided by an unseen hand. This dance is not bound by rules or limitations. It is an expression of pure freedom and creativity, where every step is a reflection of the divine. In the teachings of the Tao, there is a concept known as Wu Wei, effortless action. It speaks of a state where one acts in perfect harmony with the flow of the universe, where effort gives way to spontaneity and struggle yields to grace. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna implores Arjuna to perform his duty without attachment to the fruits of his actions, to surrender to the flow of divine will that guides all creation. These ancient wisdom traditions point to a truth that resonates deeply within us. That flow is not merely a state of being, but a state of alignment with the greater rhythms of existence. It is a surrender to the cosmic play, letting go of the ego's need to control and manipulate. In modern psychology, researchers have studied the phenomenon of flow and its profound effects on human well-being. Psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi describes flow as a state of complete immersion in an activity, where we lose track of time and self-consciousness, and our sense of self merges with the task at hand. In this state, he argues, we experience a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction as our skills and challenges are perfectly matched, and we feel a sense of harmony with the world around us. But beyond the psychological benefits, there is a deeper spiritual truth to be found in the experience of flow. It is a reminder that we are not separate from the universe but intrinsically connected to it in every moment. When we surrender to the flow of life, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond our limited perception, and we discover that the true magic of existence lies not in controlling the outcome but in embracing the journey itself. But how do we tap into this elusive state of flow? How do we navigate the currents of life with grace and ease, rather than fighting against the tide? Mastering the art of flow. To truly master the art of flow, we must first understand the foundation upon which it stands. Focus. Focus is the gateway through which we access our raw potential. It's the lens that sharpens our vision and the tool that hones our abilities. Without focus, flow remains just beyond our reach, a fleeting moment rather than a sustainable state. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of activity, constantly moving from one task to the next without pausing to savor the present moment. Yet, the secret spiritual meaning of flow invites us to cultivate a deeper sense of presence, anchoring ourselves in the here and now. Start by observing your daily life. When are you most focused? Is it during a morning jog, when the world is still waking up? Or perhaps while painting, when colors blend seamlessly under your brush? These moments, however brief, are glimpses into the state of flow. They offer clues on how to harness this powerful state more consistently. One of the most profound ways to cultivate focus is through mindfulness practice. Mindfulness teaches us to be present, to fully engage with whatever we are doing at the moment. It's not about clearing the mind, but about anchoring it to the present experience. Presence is more than just being physically present. It's about fully engaging with whatever is happening in the present moment with our mind, body, and spirit. When we are truly present, we become attuned to the subtle rhythms of life, noticing the beauty and wonder that surrounds us in every moment. Consider the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Buddhist monk who often speaks about the simple act of washing dishes. When done mindfully, washing dishes becomes a meditative practice, an opportunity to immerse yourself fully in the sensations, sounds, and movements. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches that by bringing our full attention to such everyday activities, we cultivate mindfulness and presence, transforming mundane tasks into profound spiritual exercises. To practice mindfulness, start with something simple. Choose an everyday task like drinking a cup of tea. Pay attention to every detail. The warmth of the cup in your hands, the aroma rising with the steam, the taste as it touches your lips. By bringing your full attention to these small moments, you begin to train your mind to stay focused and present. This focus is the first step towards achieving flow. But mindfulness alone isn't enough to truly unleash the raw potential of flow. You must also align your activities with your passions. Flow often occurs when we are engaged in activities that we find deeply meaningful and enjoyable. It's about finding your dharma, your true calling, and dedicating yourself to it wholeheartedly. When we pursue our passions with a sense of purpose, we naturally enter a state of flow. Think of athletes who describe being in the zone during a game. They aren't just physically present. Their minds and bodies are fully synchronized with the task at hand. This synergy creates an effortless flow of movement and thought. The same principle applies to artists, musicians, and writers when they are deeply immersed in their craft. Time loses its meaning, and they become one with their creation. However, aligning with your passion and practicing mindfulness are just parts of the equation. Another crucial aspect of tapping into flow is creating an environment conducive to deep focus. This means minimizing distractions and structuring your surroundings in a way that supports sustained concentration. Take, for example, the workspace of a writer. A clutter-free desk, a quiet room, and a set schedule can significantly enhance the ability to focus and enter a state of flow. The renowned psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, who pioneered the study of flow, emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals and immediate feedback. When you know what you're aiming for and can see your progress in real time, it becomes easier to stay engaged and focused. This is why video games are so effective at inducing flow. They offer clear objectives and instant rewards, keeping players engrossed for hours. To translate this into daily life, break down your tasks into manageable steps and seek regular feedback on your progress. If you're working on a complex project, set small milestones and celebrate each achievement. This not only keeps you motivated but also helps maintain the flow state. It's also important to embrace challenges. Flow often arises when we are faced with tasks that stretch our abilities just beyond our comfort zone. It's in these moments of challenge that we grow and evolve. If the task is too easy, we become bored. If it's too difficult, we become anxious. Finding that sweet spot where challenge meets skill is key to unlocking flow. Think about the ancient parable of the Chinese farmer, which illustrates the ebb and flow of life's fortunes and misfortunes. When his horse runs away, the neighbors offer their sympathy, to which he responds, "Maybe." When the horse returns with more horses, they congratulate him, and he says, "Maybe." This parable teaches the value of accepting life's unpredictability and remaining open to what each moment brings. It's this acceptance and openness that allows us to flow with life rather than against it. Now, let's explore how flow connects us to a greater sense of purpose and the divine rhythm of existence. The interconnectedness of all things. At the heart of the concept of flow lies the interconnectedness of all things, the illusion of separation. In our modern world, we often perceive ourselves as separate entities, disconnected from each other and the world around us. We see ourselves as individual islands in a vast ocean, struggling to navigate the turbulent waters of life on our own. Yet, this perception of separation is merely an illusion, a trick of the mind that blinds us to the deeper truth of our interconnectedness. In reality, we are all interconnected threads in the fabric of existence, woven together by the same cosmic tapestry. Just as the branches of a tree are connected to the trunk and roots, so too are we connected to each other and to the source of all creation. When we allow ourselves to see beyond the illusion of separation, we begin to recognize the inherent unity that binds us together. Flow is not merely a psychological state, but a spiritual experience that connects us to something larger than ourselves. The concept of Satori in Zen Buddhism, which translates to a sudden enlightenment or awakening, parallels the experience of flow. During Satori, a person perceives the unity of all things and experiences a profound sense of peace and clarity. This moment of enlightenment, though often fleeting, provides a glimpse into the interconnectedness of all existence, much like the state of flow. The concept of flow serves as a reminder of this fundamental truth. When we enter into a state of flow, we transcend the boundaries of our individual selves and merge with the greater whole. In this state of expanded awareness, we experience a profound sense of connection to all of creation, recognizing that we are not separate beings but integral parts of a larger cosmic dance. This realization has profound implications for how we perceive ourselves and our place in the world. No longer bound by the limitations of ego and identity, we are free to embrace the fullness of our being and live in alignment with the divine flow of life. Instead of seeing ourselves as isolated individuals, we recognize that we are co-creators of reality, actively participating in the unfolding of the cosmic plan. In the teachings of mystical traditions around the world, this concept is often expressed through the metaphor of the ocean and the wave. Just as a wave arises from the ocean, so too do we emerge from the infinite depths of consciousness. And just as the wave eventually returns to the ocean, merging back into the source from which it came, so too do we return to the divine source of all existence. When we understand this truth, we realize that there is no need to struggle against the currents of life. Instead, we can surrender to the flow and allow ourselves to be carried by the tide of divine grace. In doing so, we open ourselves to a deeper experience of joy, peace, and fulfillment, knowing that we are always supported and guided by the loving embrace of the universe. Embracing impermanence. As we journey deeper, we arrive at the realization that in the ever-changing life, one constant remains: impermanence. The flow of existence is characterized by constant flux, as everything from the tiniest atom to the grandest galaxy undergoes ceaseless transformation. Yet, it is our resistance to this impermanence that often leads to suffering and discontent. The secret spiritual meaning of flow invites us to embrace impermanence as an essential aspect of the divine dance of existence. When we resist the natural ebb and flow of life, clinging to that which is fleeting and transient, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. Like trying to grasp a handful of sand, the more we try to hold on, the more slips through our fingers. Impermanence is one of the 3 marks of existence in Buddhism, alongside suffering and non-self. The Buddha taught that clinging to impermanent phenomena leads to attachment and craving, which are the root causes of suffering. By recognizing the impermanent nature of all things and cultivating detachment, we can free ourselves from the cycle of suffering and find peace in the midst of change. This philosophy is echoed in Stoicism, which teaches the importance of accepting the things we cannot change and finding tranquility in the face of adversity. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Some things are in our control and others not." When we focus our attention on what is within our power, the choices we make and the attitudes we adopt, we can handle life's ups and downs calmly and smoothly. At its core, Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control external events or the actions of others, we have complete control over our own thoughts, attitudes, and responses. This inner mastery enables us to cultivate a sense of inner peace and freedom, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoic concept of apatheia, often translated as tranquility, refers to a state of inner calm and peace that arises from accepting the natural order of the universe. Instead of being swept away by our emotions or external events, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a sense of detachment and perspective, recognizing that everything is impermanent and subject to change. Flow offers us a pathway to transcend the fear of impermanence and embrace the beauty of the present moment. When we enter into a state of flow, we become fully immersed in the here and now, letting go of the past and the future, and surrendering to the eternal now. In this state of heightened awareness, we discover a profound sense of peace and contentment that transcends the fluctuations of external circumstances. The secret spiritual meaning of flow invites us to dance with the impermanence of life, embracing each moment as it arises and fades away, like the petals of a flower opening and closing with the rhythm of the sun. We learn to flow with the ever-changing currents of existence, finding beauty in the fleeting nature of all things. But how do we find the courage to embrace this flow and let go of our need for control? Surrendering to the unknown. The answer lies in the practice of surrender. Surrender is not about giving up or admitting defeat. Rather, it is about yielding to the natural course of life, trusting that each moment unfolds with purpose and meaning, even if we cannot immediately see it. In our quest for certainty and control, we often find ourselves resisting the unknown. We cling to the familiar, seeking comfort in the illusion of predictability. Yet, the flow of life is inherently unpredictable. It is in the unknown that the greatest opportunities for growth and transformation lie, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to venture into uncharted territory. The secret spiritual meaning of flow teaches us the importance of surrendering to the unknown, trusting in the wisdom of the universe to guide us on our journey. Just as a river flows effortlessly around bends and over obstacles, so too must we flow with the currents of life, even when we cannot see what lies around the next bend. Instead of trying to force outcomes through sheer willpower, we learn to surrender to the natural unfolding of events, allowing things to happen in their own time and in their own way. This principle of surrender is also central to many mystical traditions, where practitioners are encouraged to let go of their attachment to outcomes and trust in the divine intelligence that guides the universe. In the Christian tradition, Jesus taught his followers to consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. This metaphorical instruction reminds us of the importance of trusting in the providence of God and surrendering to his will. Jesus uses this metaphor during his Sermon on the Mount to teach his followers about the futility of worrying about material needs. By pointing to the lilies, which grow beautifully without labor or anxiety, Jesus emphasizes that God provides for all of creation, ensuring that even the flowers are clothed in splendor. When we surrender to the unknown, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our limited perception. Instead of trying to control every aspect of our lives, we learn to let go and allow ourselves to be guided by a higher power. In doing so, we tap into a reservoir of wisdom and creativity that far surpasses our own limited understanding. The secret spiritual meaning of flow invites us to release our grip on certainty and embrace the adventure of the unknown. Like a sailor setting sail on the open sea, we venture forth into uncharted waters, guided by the stars of our intuition and the compass of our heart. In the unknown, we discover the true essence of who we are and the boundless potential that lies within us. Harmonizing with nature. The final essential step in our journey is harmonizing with nature. In our modern, technology-driven society, we often find ourselves disconnected from the natural world. Yet, the secret spiritual meaning of flow invites us to rekindle our relationship with nature, recognizing it as a vital source of wisdom, inspiration, and healing. Nature embodies the essence of flow in its purest form. From the rhythmic cycles of the seasons to the effortless flight of a bird, nature operates in perfect harmony, free from resistance and struggle. In the words of Lao Tzu, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This profound wisdom invites us to slow down and align ourselves with the natural rhythms of life, trusting that everything will unfold in its own time and in its own way. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher and founder of Taoism, deeply understood the importance of patience, trust, and harmony with the natural world. This teaching encourages us to release the constant pressure to rush and achieve, and instead to embrace a state of relaxed awareness. Just as the seasons change and the tides ebb and flow without haste, we too can learn to move through life with a sense of ease and confidence in the natural order of things. This perspective is particularly valuable in our fast-paced modern world, where the relentless pursuit of goals often leads to stress, anxiety, and burnout. By immersing ourselves in the natural world, we can learn to attune to its rhythms and cultivate a deeper sense of flow in our own lives. In indigenous cultures around the world, nature is revered as a sacred teacher and guide. The Native American philosophy of living in harmony with the earth emphasizes the importance of respecting and honoring the natural world as an interconnected web of life. This perspective invites us to see ourselves not as separate from nature but as an integral part of it. Similarly, the ancient practice of Shintoism in Japan celebrates the spiritual essence of nature, recognizing the presence of kami, or divine spirits, in all natural phenomena. By acknowledging the sacredness of the natural world, we can cultivate a deeper sense of reverence and gratitude for the earth and all its inhabitants. The secret spiritual meaning of flow encourages us to spend time in nature, allowing its beauty and tranquility to nourish our soul and restore our sense of balance. Whether it's a walk in the forest, a swim in the ocean, or simply sitting under a tree, connecting with nature can help us release stress and reconnect with our inner essence. Nature also teaches us the importance of patience and trust. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a tree, so too do our dreams and aspirations require time and nurturing to come to fruition. By observing the natural cycles of growth and decay, we learn to trust in the process of life and to embrace the unfolding of our own journey with grace and acceptance. Conclusion. Flow is not just a concept to be understood intellectually but a lived experience to be embraced with every fiber of our being. As we surrender to the flow of life, we awaken to the truth of who we are and find ourselves immersed in the infinite ocean of divine love.